Okay, forgive me if the volume is too loud. You can turn it down. This recorder seems to record pretty hot audio. I'm going to send you the link and the sign in, your login information. And when you get in, you'll see this. You'll click Let Me In. The login information is up above here. It'll tell you, I'm logged into Jerome, so it'll tell you how many prospects you've got. Here they are. Let's roll through a couple things. Here's the info: first, last, phone, email, address, city, state, zip. The only fields that are required is the first name and the email of the name and address up here. And then you can set the initial contact when you spoke to them first, keep track of the last contact date, initial email, contract email. Those you don't have to worry about setting those. That'll become apparent in a minute. Next contact date is important. If you talk to him, you say, I'm going to follow up with you on Thursday. That'll be important. You'll see why in a minute. And then if you designate a time that you will call them, put it in here, and there's a reminder. Then once they're contracted, you can set this to a yes. We'll get to that in a minute. For now, oh, one more thing. If you want to enter a new person, just click New. Remember, first name and email are the only things that are required. And then just hit Save New. Okay, so let's talk real quickly about send contracting email and build this initial email. Contracting emails are fixed, and I have those all loaded in the database for you. So you can send the different grid levels that you want. We'll get to that in a second. And then build a knit email. We're going to look at that next. So let's go back to main. Let's go into admin. Now, the initial email that you're going to send out to these guys, you got up to 5 of these, okay? And each one of them has a salutation. I just set it to dear. They'll say, dear first name. It's one of the reasons the first name is required. Dear John. Okay, optional sentence 1, 2, and 3. You'll see what these are used for. But if you want to add a sentence periodically, you can create up to 3 custom sentences. Use 1, 2, or 3 of them, whatever you want. Here's the main body of the email. And if you're going to say, I will call you back on whatever, you'll notice this one says, I will call you Friday. It's important that you leave Friday in here because on the other side, it pulls the next contact date, converts it to a day, and we'll replace this with maybe Thursday. And I'll show you that in a minute. And then you can have up to 2 closing sentences. Here's your signature. I'm in Jerome, so I set that to Jerome. Jerome, you do need to change your phone number because I copied this stuff from Chris. And then you can have a PS. Any changes you make, just hit Save Changes. Let me show you. I've also got number 2 in here. You'll notice it's all the same. I just added a 2 to the end, so you can see that it is different. 2s. This one I have not changed to Jerome. You can see still Chris's. And then here's the 2 on the PS. So again, you can have up to 5 different customizable emails that you can send out. All right, so let's go send one out. So let's go to Joe. You'll see first email sent is not set, and you'll see that this is white over here. Let's watch what happens. Let's not use him. That's got Jerome's email. I want to show you my email. I think I've got my email. Yeah, here's my email in here. Okay, so we're going to send this initial email to me. I'm the test guy. And so when we say, you'll notice next contact date is 5/2. Let's leave it as 5/2. That's fine. So we'll hit build a knit email. And here comes the email. You'll see over here it says, I will call you Tuesday. It replaced Friday with Tuesday because 5/2 is a Tuesday for the next contact date. And we're going to go ahead and set a next contact time anyway here. And I'll show you how that plays in. Any changes you make up here, just hit Save Changes. See, edit saved. Okay, now here's how this email works. So it pulls up Dear Test, there's the first name. It's going to email to this guy right here. And it automatically loads up. It's a salutation, Dear, the body, which is here. It goes beyond the edge of my recording window, but it auto formats to the width of the browser when they check their email. You can see the body is included. We can turn that off. There's the body. Here's the signature down at the bottom. And then you can add, so these first three sentences come in before the body, so you can see those popping in. One or, whatever. And you can also put the closing sentences, which will come in before the signature. So they'll pop in down at the bottom. So you can work with those. And then you can have a PS that comes after the signature down here. I'll leave it on there just for grins. Okay, so then you can say, send the email. So when we send the email, it takes a few seconds. It's got to go out and access the Outlook servers. And you'll see it says email has been sent. To Jeff at DXDY. Now I've got my email open in another window, and you'll see when I pull this into the window, where'd my window go? Here we go. Okay, so that's good right there. You see this is from Jerome C. Hill. Love that, J. Chill. And you can see it formats to my window. There's the first, I added the optional sentence. Here is, I'll call you Tuesday, and then I added a PS down here, and then here's the attachments. So just like that, make an email, out it goes. Okay. Now, the other thing that happens with that is when you come back out to main from this guy, now it puts the first email sent in there for you, that it was sent today, and it turns light blue. That's what tells you at a glance, this guy has had his first email sent. Because as this loads up, it's going to be a pain in the butt to make sense of who's got the first email and who doesn't. And so you can see right there, light blue, we've got the first email. Now let's look at about this. So our next call date is today. That'll pop up as yellow. And you can see the next call time is noon. Let's adjust that next call time. We'll make it 10 a.m. Save changes. Edit save, go back to main. And now turns red. So if you're plus or minus 30 minutes from the agreed upon callback time, it turns red. Now, I may need to make some time zone adjustments because this is working on Pacific time right now. So I'm not sure if I'll have to make adjustments. So Jerome, you'll have to tell me if that works for you because you're 2 or 3 hours ahead of me. Okay, so let's move on. So let's come back into this guy, and now we're going to send him a contracting email. So we're going to pick, let's set him up as a, I don't know, as a 4. And you can't, also, after you've sent the initial email, this box turns red to let you know you've already done it. Now you can overwrite it and send it again. I mean, it still works, but you don't want the red alerts you, hey, you've already done this. Okay, so send contracting email. We're going to go to 4. Now the contracting emails are, it's very important that we don't send the wrong one to the wrong, to the wrong person, or the wrong one to the right person, whatever. So you have to say, I am ready to send this. So it requires a password of 3377 in order to click this button. If you don't have that in there, you're going to get this error right here, wrong password to send contracting email. So don't call me with this and think that your password's wrong to get in. It's not. It's this password to send that contracting email. Okay, so we've selected 4. Once that's in there, there's no fanfare. It's going. Click that button. Next thing we'll see up here is either email sent. There it is. Contracting email grid 4 has been sent. And now let's go look at my email real quickly. And here it is. And you can see there's the contracting email from J. Chill right there. Okay. Let's put that back. Okay. So now when we come back out here, we have some new things. So contract email was sent here. and we now see that we're dark blue, not light blue. Okay. So now there's additional communication with this person. They send in their contracting stuff. We get the contracting completed. So you pop back into them and you set contracting to yes. Be sure to save changes. Get it saved. Go back to the main. And now that person shows as green because they are contracted out here. Okay. Let's go back in here, see if there's anything I missed. Oh yeah, one other thing, you can keep notes. So this guy didn't have any notes right now, and so let's add one. Spoke to test next guy. Add the note. Date and time stamps the note. There it is. You can hide them, add them, keep track, whatever notes you need to put in there for him. You can see contract email is sent here. So that's how it works. Pretty straightforward. I think I covered this, how to enter a new one. Hit the new button, put in your stuff, save new. You just got to have first name and an email address in order for the rest of this to work. So I will send your login info as well as the link of how to get here. Right now it's built behind the JC Lead Pro site just because we're about to start work on the ADV1 site. We don't know where this is going to end up, so for now it's here. And email me questions that you have. Happy recruiting. Go ADV1.